Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Today, I have a guest waiting. Listen, today is the day that you need to download Stock Up You. Stock Up You, the top link below. Actually, in this video, it will be the only link below because you have hours to get the 2023 sale. Now, we're going to let it, roll over into Saturday morning-ish for some of you that are late and got to make your banking things. But the sale really ends tonight at midnight, California time. All right. So let's just get right into it. And I have my buddy, my pal. We all love him. You know about him. Starts with Josh. Go ahead and greet the people, man.
Hey, Larry, thank you for having me on the show today. We just did a show together a moment ago that's going to be on my page, and I thought it was excellent. It was two picks, both a stock and a crypto, that I thought was going to be higher in 2024 at the end of the year than it is today, even though they've run up quite a bit. And I know we talked a little bit about this show, and I am super stoked about what we're going to cover here today. Larry, take us to it.
Yes. So we're going to talk about the overall market. Josh, I appreciate you being here. And you know what? I'm going to leave you the floor, and then we're going to we're going to open up with the overall stock market where we see it is, and then we're going to hit a touch on a crypto that we touched on your page, and then we're going to talk about a crap coin too. All right. So we want to feed all three segments. All right. Overall market.
Perfect.
Overall. Yes.
Okay, this is great. All right, so here's what the basis of the show we just shot was, okay? The overall market, Larry, I'm convinced, and again, this is just my personal opinions regarding the market. I'm not, I don't have the insights that Larry Fink has over at BlackRock, or Charles Schwab hasn't called me up. But I think that we are going to have a high distribution year. I think we're going to have a lot of swings up and swings down. I think the overall S&P is not going to have the same type of performance that it had last year in 2023. I mean, that was a rocket ship. Come on, 24% up was amazing. But I do believe that we're going to end the year up for stocks. I believe that overall election years are typically pretty good. I think that the reason why we're going to see a lot of volatility is that we don't have the data yet. The Fed is going to cut rates, but whether he's going to cut 1, 3, or 6, nobody knows, including the Fed. He does not know. Conservatively, he cuts 3. Aggressively, he cuts 6. The only reason why he's going to cut 6, Larry, is if we're seeing some bad data roll in. I'm seeing my face get lighter and lighter, Larry.
You good on this side.
Okay.
That's your internet. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Yep. So the bottom line is this. It's all going to be about picking stocks and crypto for 2024. That's what this year's about. It's not going to be like it was in 2022 where everything went down and Apple suffered the entire way down. There's going to be stocks that are going to go their own way while other entire sectors bleed off. Now, I do think the overall market is going to take a hit this year because it has to price in the fact that there's going to be some recessionary fears. But once we get that initial drop in, I think that it's all going to be about picking top performers that are going to have great cash balances and are going to do very well with the AI narrative. I think the AI is going to be just as strong in 2024 as it was in 2023. And so if you had to really sum it all up, we're going to have a mixed year that's going to end slightly up. And it's going to be all about picking stocks and crypto this year because not everything's going up and not everything's going down.
I absolutely agree. Now, I'm going to go to a window here, Josh, so just bear with me. So, listen, at the time of filming this, we could see that the indices are actually down, right? In the Discord this morning, I said, hey, we had some bad news pre-market, right? Jobs in the pre-market. And then what happened was the market sold off, but then we began to fight back. But it's Friday. I said it could close weaker. Okay, and so I just believe, like Josh just said, I'm gonna bring you back up, Josh. I believe, like Josh just said, that I've been saying that we could have a sell off, and I believe it was going to be January, right now. And you know, my good boy, my good friend Tom Lee, he was saying February into March, and we were both on the same page, it being Q1. No one has a crystal ball, but I believe that it will be a perfect buying opportunity for both of us if you pick the right stock, like Josh and I agree on, right? But then I also believe, regardless of what's coming, other than a black swan event, you know, war, the nuclear, all of this stuff gets worse. It is an election year. We have an incumbent president, which generally is a better year uh, for the stock market because there's a lot of political foolishness or shenanigans that is priced into the stock market. It really is. And so I believe that 2024 could be higher, right? So let's move to crypto because I want to keep this one fiery. It's Friday. We know what's going on. Josh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly touch on Solana. Now, on Josh's page, we covered Solana, right? And we were saying that it was going up, right? Solana is one of my picks in crypto, and yes, Solana has been coming down, right? It looks very bearish, regardless if you on it RSI to MACD, all of that, it just looks bearish, right? But here's what I want you guys to know that I told Josh's audience. This is what's been happening. This was 2 hours ago. Institutional investors piled into Bitcoin, piled in, right? What have they been buying? Their two favorites, Solana and Bitcoin, right? So that's what I want you guys to understand. So we know, I pointed out earlier that yes, the gentleman that is over one of the world's biggest banks was saying poo-hoo on crypto, especially Bitcoin. Don't like it, blah, 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 blah. Don't like it. Then he partners with BlackRock, right? Who manages 10 trillion for the spot ETF Bitcoin, right? But if that does not happen, I'm going to ask you guys again, what is your plan? What is your plan if the spot ETF does not get approved? Do you have dry powder ready, waiting on the sidelines if it does not get approved? Because if it doesn't get approved, a lot of you guys are going to say, "Oh my God, it's the worst." But for those of us that are that if you've been listening to me, for those of us that if it goes green, that's great. But for those of us that have dry powder, we're going to be going like this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because my
Absolutely.
mind frame with that is be a fireman. I want you guys to write that down. Be a fireman. That means when the building is on fire, it's burning down, we see what? A fire sale. We run towards the burning building. So when crypto does these 30% crashes, that's the only time I consider buying large volumes. What you got to say about that, Josh?
Well, yeah, so I wanted to briefly explain to people something that the exchanges do, all of them, Robinhood, all of the ones that are dabbling in crypto. What they do is they accumulate, right? And they hold that on their ledger books. And then what's really happening is that when they're making it available to the public, right, especially exchanges like FTX and Binance and all of these companies, it's paper trading. Someone did a report, Larry. Now, I don't want to confuse people and I don't want to freak them out, but I want them to consider what I'm about to say in a big
Mm-hmm.
picture view. Some guy did a report of how much Bitcoin, all of the different, and this happened at the bottom of the market. And some people could say that it was FUD, but they did a report of how much Bitcoin existed and then how much was essentially being traded. And the amount that was being traded was 2 times more than what actually existed. And you say, well, how could that be? Well, through the ledger books of these exchanges, which are not regulated. That's how it can be. And so it only really matters once these accounts get reconciled, and they don't have to be. They don't have to be reconciled. They don't get audited. There isn't the SEC doesn't show up and knock on these people's door. You guys know the IRS is going to come knocking on your door if you claim your trip to Disney. But, Stan Bankman-Fried just got some charges dropped the other day, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. Here's the bottom line with Solana.
We will,
I
though.
knew
Later,
I knew that smart money liked Solana because and Larry and I talked about this. And if you're watching our shows, you would have heard about this a year ago before Solana ever ran up. On one of our shows where we got together, just like we did today, I talked with Larry about the fact, I said, what is it that CNBC and as well as the other major companies are beginning to cover all the time? Four coins. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoin. All right. And so, I said to Larry, I was like, how did those get picked? Was there a meeting? Was there a conference? Did the government come in and say these ones are all right? No, they just started getting regularly promoted, in all of the financial magazines, and CNBC started coverage. That was a foreshadowing. And you and I talked about it.
Yes.
That this is what the institutions were telling us is going to be on the table for dinner in 2024.
Yes. So listen, what I'm going to do, Josh, is I am going to briefly go over some Bitcoin mining companies because I have to, and this won't be a I told you so moment. And then I'm just going to cover that for like 2 minutes, and then I'm going to go to a crap coin, and I want you to discuss the crap coin on the end of it, okay? So let me go through this right quick, and then I have to, because I have to keep the people prepared, right? So, good people, I want you to notice that all of these Bitcoin miners are down today, right? They're down today. And this is not a I told you so. That's not the way I get down. I want us to all win. Whether we think one bounce is the end all, answer all, or not. For those of you that are that have taking profits, congratulations, because you don't have high blood pressure right now. Because this right now, these crypto miners, and I said this earlier in a video. If you look at the week, that's all they've been doing is trading sideways. Look at that. They're still down for the week. You see that, Josh? One day up, one day down. One day up, one day down. Look at where they are for the week. You have to zoom out, good people. And yes, we had all of these big moves up, right, for the month. But if you go back over the last week, you could see, sell off, run up, sell off. Oh, we back up. Well, no, back down. We back up. Now we back down. And it's in a range where it's just trading sideways. And listen, the spot ETF has a lot to do with it, or the potential of the spot ETF has a lot to do with it, right? So I just wanted to tell you guys, especially for those that have the class, you should expect this. You should know how to play this. And after the 10th, because I'm going to wait till after the 10th, I'm going to add an extra lesson on the Bitcoin miners. I'm in it to win it, and I want you guys to win. Whether you see a green day and you get excited or not, I want you to see the overall picture. Now let's go to a crap coin. Remember, anything we say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. Small cap, small money, big cap, big money. I have way more money in the Bitcoin and Ethereum than I have in a crap coin, right? I only buy these crap coins when they are beat down. I got to preface it by that, all right? The crap coin that I'm going to share with you guys on today, again, is Bonk, right? Boink. So if we could see for the last hour, pretty flat. For the week, it's down 10%. Josh, you can see that? All right, so for the week, it's down 10%. That's the day, I'm sorry. For the week, we're down 27%, right? You guys see this dip, right? And then for the month, we're still up 58%. But you see these spikes? You see that spike that was up, uh, that went up 697%? That's one of the things that is showing you guys that it's getting ready. It is getting ready. Now, here's one of the things that I'm going to say about Bonk, and I want you to finish this, Josh, is this. Josh, what network is Bonk on?
Solana.
And what are the big institutions buying?
They're definitely chosen to buy Solana. And I'd love, Larry. I don't know if I can, but I'd like to break down a little bit of where Bonk came from. Can I do that?
Yes, please do.
All right. So here's the story behind Bonk for those who are unfamiliar with it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Dogecoin is a spinoff of Bitcoin. It was a copy of the blockchain, and it spun out, and it was the first meme coin or Dogecoin.
Write these three down, people. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep. Then you had Ethereum came out, and of course we know that the SHIB coin was built on Ethereum, and a lot of the Ethereum whales, if you go into their wallets, what you see is that they own Ethereum and they own SHIB, right? And so now we have Solana. We see that the institutional buyers have anointed it a up and coming crypto, and they've decided to turn around and launch the Bonk coin, and they did it in an interesting way. So it was initially going to be airdropped on their phone. That the Solana network created their own phone, and nobody wanted them. You couldn't get rid of the thing. They couldn't sell. They weren't getting off. Nobody thought, why should I give up my iPhone, my Google phone, to buy a Solana-driven phone? Well, these guys, you can't underestimate them. They came out overnight and said, we're going to do an airdrop of this token. And, people that get in on this could become millionaires, to be honest with you. If you get in at the right price at the very initial launch, which is what people are going to get, they're going to get the tokens on the launch date. There's the opportunity, man, to make a ton of money, especially if you hodl that. So all of a sudden, those phones that were worthless that nobody could get rid of, they were selling for $5,000 on eBay secondhand, right? And the Bonk coin was released. It's had an initial bleep up, hit that 5.5, that I think 4 zeros, 5.5. Now, Larry, if we go back to the price before it jumped up, I think that is right around 5 zeros and between 7 and 9. Now, personally, I think that we could come after that initial pop. Most of the time, that pop gets entirely erased. And we hit, it just gets erased. So we go to the exact start.
Hear that point before somebody's going to hear this. Oh, I got to go run and buy it. No. Say that one more time and let's just end this video.
All right. Well, keeping it simple, right before that initial move, it flies up, and then it comes all the way back. That initial move gets utterly erased. It comes back to the floor, and then it begins to build from there. Personally, Larry and I both took positions, high risk, small position size. I'm not going to lose any sleep if the money that I put into Bonk, disappears and gets completely lost. I would lose that amount of money potentially day trading the market through scalp trading. So that's a 1 day potential loss for me. But, that allows me to keep an eye on it. And I personally think that we're going to do something similar that we did with SHIB. I think that 5.5 is a future breakthrough moment. I think we're going to go all the way up to 8.8, similar to what we did with SHIB. I think right now, anything around the 4 zeros and a 10 is going to be an area I target. And I'm just going to do small accumulation of this thing and keep an eye on it. We already know, like I said, Solana's been dubbed an important crypto by Wall Street. And the meme coin war may officially have added a third contender. People thought it was Pepe, but it may not be Pepe because Bonk might have hit the frog on the head and knocked him out of third place. It's going to be a war between Doge, SHIB, and potentially Bonk. That's what I'm saying today.
And that's what we discussed, and that's why I'm bringing you guys this now, just like I did with SHIB. I brought SHIB when it was beat down, and not a lot of people was talking about it. And Josh, you witnessed me go in right? When no one, and then when it ran up, everybody was talking about it. They had whole ship pages, okay? So this is nothing to go, oh, I'm going to get rich. Don't go load up. There is downside. If the ETF does not get approved, everything crypto is going to take a hit. Even if it does get
Absolutely.
approved, there'll be a pop up and there'll be some profit taking. All you got to do is just keep posted on these pages. Look, Gary Gensler does not like he's holding his nose and having these meetings. Let's just say it what it is, right? Like the great poet Justin Bieber said, "My mama don't like you, and she loves everyone." and and that song was about Gary Gensler. You know, someone said even his own mama don't like him, but that's what he is to cryptocurrency. All right, he's the he's over the SEC, right? But I think he's going to be leaving pretty soon. So we don't want you guys to overlook the big things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And getting back to stock, I going to close by saying this. Josh, in his video earlier today, well, we taped it earlier today, talked about NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is a strong long-term hold for me, long-term buy-in. I want you guys to, we're not going to discuss it here. We want you to watch Josh's video that was filmed today, Friday, and get the full layout of NVIDIA over there. All right. And so you can see why I feel like over the next 3 years, it will have huge moves. Josh, again, thank you for being a guest here. In closing, look, today's the day. Just get it done. All right, good people. Just get this done. Invest in yourself. Learn how to trade. Make sure you make a ton of money with crypto. I have an entire crypto chapter, okay? And if you are an experienced trader, this is not for you, but this will be extended. Today is Friday. It will be open Saturday-ish for some of you slow people. No, I know some people have to move things around and a lot of people get paid on Friday and all of that, all right? Josh, go ahead and say goodbye to the people.
Hey, this was another great dialogue. And, everything that we say, it's not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold. But what we're doing is, one, through our friendship and our own personal conversations about things we are invested in, things we're interested in, we're coming together and we're sharing that dialogue with you. I thought this was an absolutely great video. Thank you, Larry, for having me on today.
My man, I appreciate it. Hey, always in signing off, you guys have a blessed and safe weekend. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Peace.